Welcome back to part 3 of our dentist funnel build. The first two parts, part 1 was the landing page, the initial step of the funnel. Part 2 was the survey or quiz page, which you're actually seeing on the screen right now. And then now for part 3, we're going to go through the congratulations page, which will be the next step once they fill out their quiz. So just like we always do, we'll show you what it's going to look like to start out, and then we'll switch over to the editor in ClickFunnels where we can build out the actual dentist page, which is the congratulations page of this part of the funnel, and show you every single step so you have a chance to learn how to build it yourself, or you have the other option where there's a link in the description where you can just grab the full 5-page funnel and play with it yourself without having to worry about going through the steps because we've already built it for you. So you have those two options. This, again, as I mentioned last time, this funnel can be built or can be used for dentistry, but can also be used in any other niche. I mentioned roofing, it could be chiropractor, it could be gyms, it could be, you can customize it however you would like. So feel free, even if you're not a dentist, grab it. You can use it in ClickFunnels. It's a great funnel that we've actually used versions of it for our clients. They've had a lot of success with it, and we think you'd do the same. So enjoy. Again, link is in the description. All right, we will go ahead and get started here. If you like our content, I gotta ask, shameless plug, please hit the like and subscribe button below. I'd really appreciate it. It helps us grow and helps us continue to be able to put out content like this and build funnels for you. So we hope you enjoy. Let's dig in. Like I mentioned, in part 2 of this series, we actually built out the page that you're seeing right here, which is the quiz page. What I wanted to show you was once you go through the quiz, there's that analyzing, and then the next page is the one that we're going to focus on. So if you go ahead and click, I'm just going to click the first one on each of these. And this number 4 is actually the last question in the funnel. So once I click this, you'll see that analyzing that I was talking about in the last video. And then it's going to take you over to the congratulations page. So let's go ahead and see that. See, analyzing. And then this is the congratulations page that we're going to work on today. We are actually going to, it's the same header, same footer as before. We're going to build out the 3 sections. The congratulations lets them know, hey, this might be a good fit for us. And then the second section shows that if they go ahead and request a free consult, then the consultation, we'll try that, consultation, they'll go ahead and get all of these great items that will allow them to feel better once they're all done. Their mouth will feel better. So they'll get the free x-rays, the dental exam, and so forth, all their questions answered. And then the last section here, this is actually a neat one that you don't see a lot in funnels. This is actually a map to let them know, hey, I live here in Cyprus. It's only a few minutes away, so I know exactly where it is on the map. It's a nice little feature to remind them that you're close to the location. Obviously, if your company is only a digital company, you won't have to worry about this. But for those brick and mortars, this is always a good option to have there so they can tell that you're close by. And I'll show you how to go through that process. I do have to throw the disclaimer in there that this is not my address. I do not own this business. This is just one that we happen to pull up. So again, not mine. Just an example that we pulled off in Google Maps. All right, that aside. And then once they click on this and this button, they'll get taken over to the opt-in page. That'll allow them to enter their information and be added to your email list. All right, so now that we walked through this page that we're going to be working on today, let's go ahead and jump over to the ClickFunnels editor and build it out. All right, we are back in the ClickFunnels, the editor. This is what we built last time. We built this page on part 1. It's taking a second to load. Last video we built page 2, and today we're going to work on page 3. To save some time, I went through and I created the page already, and because let's go ahead and click in it, because the header and the footer are the same in all of the pages that we're creating. I went ahead and built that ahead of time, so you don't have to sit through that. So if you have any questions on how I built those, go ahead and check out video part 1 or video 2. They both show you how to build this out. So we're going to go ahead and get started with the next section on the page. To do that, we just go ahead and add another section. Let's go. Like all of ours, we're going to go with full width. And this is going to be, once we add a row, it's going to be 1 column row. Alright, now that we have that out there, we're going to edit the color, background color, just so it stands out a little bit. As I do with all my videos, I always have a second screen. I've already built out the funnel. This is an attempt to save time for you, so I can just copy and paste the text, some of the colors, just to save you some time, but still show you everything that I do to build out a funnel. So I have a blue color here. I copied the code from my other one, and you just put it in there, and as always, especially with this funnel, for some reason it looks a whole lot darker, but once we start putting it in, it lightens up a little bit. So I haven't mentioned this in any of my other videos, but if you ever have any questions or you're looking for colors, there's a lot of websites out there that give you color palettes that work well for websites, that you can go out there and grab different color palettes. This is just one that we use. We like the blue and the white. As a Penn State grad, always a blue and white fan, so that's the colors we're going to use on it. Alright, so once we have that in there, we're going to go ahead and add an element. There's going to be a number of text elements right in a row here, so bear with me. I'm going to copy and paste the text. So now we have it's hard to see, but it says congratulations. And what we are going to do is we're going to go ahead and edit it so you can actually see it. So I clicked on the settings, font size, I'm going to go with 70. And then color, I'm going to go ahead and change. This is the orange that's been going with all of our other pages. The nice thing with ClickFunnels is if you use a color, at least within the last 10 or so, it'll save it in there. The reason I pulled the blue code over is because you'll see in here we have a number that look very dark and very close to each other, so I wasn't sure which one it was. This should just be easier to do it that way. I'm going to change the font just to make sure that we have the right font there. And then we're going to jump to the next one. And the theory behind this page is they've just gone through the quiz. So you want to reassure them, congratulations, pretty excited. Let's get moving forward. So once we have the congratulations in there, again it defaults to a dark color. Now we're going to keep it central and center aligned. Click on settings, and we're going to bump up the size of the font just a smidge. And the color of the font we're actually going to do too. We're going to do the text, the plain text is going to be white. And then we're going to do anything that's bold is in that orange to kind of pop it out. And since this is all bold at the moment, it'll all turn to orange, but we'll go ahead and highlight it, unbold it. And then the ones that we really wanted to pop out in this statement was the dental implants. So we're both going to underline them and bold it. So it seems like you're a good option. It reassures them again, the congratulations seems like a good option. Reassures them that, hey, this might be the right solution for me. The next one, we're going to do one more text section, which will basically, now that they know they're a good candidate, we're going to let them know, hey, it's time to sign up for that free option. So what I'm going to do is just make sure that we don't have any bold. All right. And we're going to go into the settings for this. I apologize again. It is very dark once you put it in there, but once it's in there, I'm going to actually reduce the font size of this. And then as we did last time, we're going to go with the plain text is going to be white. And the bold is going to be that orangish that pops out. So now you have this, you can let them know that they can basically get a free consultation and it allowed them to potentially get a better smile, less pain, or whatever reasons that they had entered in that quiz before. So the main item that I want to pop on this one is the free consultation. So once you make that bold, it'll change it to the orange color. Now this first section is essentially complete. To make things a little more bold, and actually what I did on mine is I've actually made these two in italics. Just gives it a little more pop to it. All right, so this section is done. This is the header, and the next section we are going to do is going to be the benefits. If you sign up for this consultation and you go through, this is the list of things that you're going to get when you go there. All right, so we're going to create a new section, full width, and then add a new row, which is going to be 2 columns this time because we're going to have text and the call to action on the left, and then we're going to have an image on the right. Since the image is only one thing, I'm going to go ahead and jump and do that first. So I clicked on the right side, click on image. I already have my image picked out. I'm going to take this one. I mentioned this in previous videos, but want to go ahead and let you guys know again. When you're creating your own websites, or if you're creating your own funnels, and you have images on there that you can't take yourself, for example, I can't take pictures of implanted teeth because I'm not a dentist and I don't have access to that. So what I do is I go to a website called Pixabay. Pixabay is a copy-free image resource, so you can go there. Every image that's on the website is free to access, and then also copyright free, so you won't get in trouble for actually using it in either personal or commercial use. If you decide to go to Google Images and search for something and grab one of those, there is a good chance that they are copywritten. So if you use those, you could have some legal concerns. Just try. I know some people do that, and a lot of people get away with it, but it's not really worth it. To use a site like Pixabay, they have a great selection in there. So go ahead and do that. That's where I get all my images, and that's where I get all the images for all my funnels and websites if I don't have direct access to those photos. So, all right, that disclaimer is out there. All right, so we'll go ahead and on the left side, we'll go through the process of creating the multiple texts and checklist items. So go ahead and add element, headline, paste what I have on the other ones, essentially letting them know that all these items that I'm going to put in the next element are all included when you do your free consultation. So what I'm going to just double check a few things. Go into settings, font size, we're going to do 44. And then the color, I'm actually going to copy this from my other one. And what you want is, actually I think it's this one right here. Yep, that's it. I didn't have to copy it. Alright, there's that, so that's popping in there. And as I mentioned, the next item on the list is going to be a checklist. And instead of just entering text blocks, ClickFunnels offers a cool element called bullet list. So you click on that. And then what I'm going to do, there's a couple things I'm going to do this. We're going to go to the icon, and I already have you see it's icon list here. So got the checkbox already in there. If you go to advanced, you can change the checkboxes if you want to a different icon. I'm going to keep it on checkbox. And then you can change the color of the text, which I'm going to keep on black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy. The only thing I don't like about this element is I can't just copy the whole list from somewhere else and paste it in here because it messes things up. So what I have to do is I have to go through and individually copy them. It's a little bit more of a pain, but in the end it works out because it gives you a nice defined list. So give me 1 second to copy all these over. As I mentioned, these are the great benefits that a potential client would get if they sign up for a free consultation with this pretend dentistry. All right, now that we have that in there, we're going to go ahead and just make it a little larger by clicking on the settings. I'm going to go with 21. There you go, and that makes it a little better. And you can change the icon color, which I'm going to change to a green. There's some ugly greens. We'll just do that. That's for now. And now we have that there. The last thing that we want to do on the left side here is create a button. So when they click on that button, it takes them to our next page where they can actually opt in and give you the information so you can get them on the email list and then set up a consultation with them. So to do that, add another element, go to the button. Oh man, there it is. Wow, it's right there in front of me. Sorry about that. Go to button, click on this to edit. We're going to start at the top. We're going to set the action. The action always defaults to go to a website. So if you don't do this, it's just you're going to have a dead funnel right there. So in this case, we are going to go to next step in funnel, which will take them to the opt-in page. That's what we'll cover in our next video. And now we're going to enter the text of the button. You have both the top text, which is the main text in the button, and then you also have the option where you can add in a subtext. Most of mine, I haven't been adding a lot of the subtext recently, but I've noticed in some funnels it actually works. So once I have a funnel built, I've been testing some subtext in there. So basically, you have your call to action, which is the request the consultant now, and then just reminding them that it's only going to take a minute. It's going to take a minute to register for that so you can get in there. And then I'm also just going to bump up the size a smidge to 26 and the sub to 16. And the last thing I'm going to do on this section is change the color to a bright red. You want it to pop there. You could either do a bright red or you could do an orange. It's up to you. The orange matches with everything else. The bright red pops a little bit. And in this case, I'm going to do the bright red. And then the last item that you're going to do in this settings is advanced. And I'm going to go down. I always like to round the corners a little bit, so we go to 10 pixels. Rounded corners. You see it just curved the corner just a little bit. You can do a number of other things. Go ahead and play with what works best for you. It's just what I'm going to do in this specific example. And there you go. Hit save. You have section number 2 complete. And you only have one more section to do. Section number 3 is specifically for brick and mortars. Gives you that neat little map at the bottom there to kind of tell your potential clients that where you're located, and so they can make sure that they're close to you. So go ahead and add another section here. Full width. And then add a row, which we're just going to do one column. And the last one is we're going to add an element. And this is going to be a custom code element, and I'll show you how to get the code. It's actually pretty simple. So what you want to do is go down all the way to the bottom of the elements. You see custom JS, JavaScript, or HTML code. Click on that. This box will appear. If you click on that, you'll have the option to open the code editor. And I know this can be, especially if you're not very technical, this can be a little, you might be a little hesitant to do this, but it's pretty easy. So what we're going to do is I'm going to open that editor, and it gives this screen. I don't have the code now, but I'll show you how to get that. So I'm going to jump over to another tab. Once you're in this other tab, essentially you want to go to Google Maps, which is, you can just go to google.com, type in Google Maps, and it'll give you the link, and it'll take you right to this page. And what I did for mine was I did dentist in Houston. What you'll do in here is you'll do your own address. I just happen, because I'm not a dentist, I don't have that option. So I'm just going to randomly select one. So I'm going to go ahead and select this one. You go ahead and click on the selection. And then once you're in here, once you're in the location, you'll see a share button here. Click on that share. It'll take you to the screen, and then at the top here, embed a map. So you click on that. All right, and the code that you want is right on the top here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make it large. The code, you can either highlight it and do it, or you can just click the copy HTML. Once you click on that, you'll see on the bottom here, copy to clipboard, and then go back to your editor, click on this, and just copy and paste, and that's all you need to do. Thing I would recommend is probably changing the width so it fits a little better. I usually do with 1100, but you can leave it the way it is. And then all you have to do is X out. You won't be able to see it here. Let me go ahead and save. But when you preview, it'll pop up here on the bottom here. So that shows you the map. All right, and we'll go back to, we'll add one more item to this page, and that'll be, we want another call to action at the bottom. So when you're on this page, if you scroll down, you may want to do another one down here, another button just like this down there. So instead of going through that full setup again by changing all the settings, adding the new button, what we're going to do is just clone and then move it down underneath here. And there you go. Now you have two call to action buttons. Hit save, and this page is done. It's pretty simple, 3 main sections once you get the header and the footer in there. Again, just a recap of what this is. You're coming out of the quiz funnel or quiz page. Congratulations. Reassures them that they're a good candidate. Tells them that they can get a free consultation from you. This is what they get within the free consultation. And then the click now, which will take them over the opt-in page that we'll do in our next video. I hope you enjoyed this 5-part series on a dentist funnel. If you like it, please like and subscribe the video. Press the buttons down below and the bell for notifications, so when we come out with video number 4, which is the opt-in, you'll get an alert, let you know it's available. Please also, if you have any requests, if you have a different niche that's not dentistry or one that we've done in the past, if you want me to do a specific niche or specific funnel that goes towards yours, please let me know. I'll be happy to do that in the future. And again, if you want this funnel, instead of waiting for 4 and 5 to come out, you do have the option to click the link in the description below. That'll give you the full funnel. And then when 4 and 5 come out, you can actually walk along with us and build it out and learn how to do it, or you can start playing with it now. So that link is in the description. Thank you very much for your time. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, everyone.